who I'm going to vote for in the election. I don't want to hear maybe necessarily just about one issue. I want to know who that man is. I want to know who the person is, who that woman is that I'm going to vote for, because the issues are going to change. What's hot today might be cold tomorrow. What's cold today could be hot. So you need to know a couple things about me. You need to know where I've been. You need to know where I am now. You need to know where I'm going. And I'm going to start off with where I'm going. And that's nowhere. I'm staying right here in Bourbon County. My wife and I have settled in here. I left and went to the Marine Corps, came back. We've got a farm out here, got a small business out here. My wife's teaching here. We're going to raise our 3 kids here. So I'm fully invested in making this community a better place. I was raised right up the creek. Take a canoe, about 20 minutes, get right up to Claiborne Farm. Child number 5 of 10 kids. Graduated Bourbon County High School. Very proud to have been the FFA president there, to be the Bluegrass Region FFA president. I graduated, went to the University of Kentucky for a year. Then I went to a trade school, learned how to shoe horses. While I was there, I was kicked in the head by a mule, which led me promptly back into rolling back in classes. I graduated the University of Kentucky in 8 semesters, and I'd like to add that I did that debt-free because of the time that I spent in trade school. After that, I went to the Marine Corps, became a second lieutenant, United States Marine Corps in 2000. It's very important, I'd like to point out, if you look at the 3 major career courses that an individual might take in their life, the military, a trade school, or college, I've done all 3. And I can give you insight on all 3 of them. All 3 of them have been extremely valuable to me. In the Marine Corps, I was an intelligence officer. I served in Kosovo and Afghanistan. I took a scout sniper platoon to Kosovo. I was the assistant intelligence officer for MAGTF 6, Marine Air Ground Task Force 6 in Afghanistan. I was in charge of all reconnaissance operations on the Afghanistan-Pakistan border, the eastern 5 provinces. My top secret SCI clearance, something I was very proud to have that. Not only was I in charge of reconnaissance operation in the Bamiyan province, right in the middle, which is on the old Silk Trade Route, and all the major militaries, Alexander the Great, the Russians, the Americans, we've all been through there. Bamiyan, one of the proudest things I did was oversee the building of a university there. It was actually the first place that women and men went to school together in Afghanistan. I came home, I started the farm, knew I wanted to work for myself. I started Shawham Place, and that's evolved into a sales company, horse sales company. We've seen growth every single year since I've had it over the last decade. Married my wife, Kristen. I said she's been a public school teacher, first at Crawford up in Lexington, the last 10 years right here at Bourbon County Middle School, where my oldest daughter, Taylor's in 6th grade. And I know about the lack of funding that teachers are facing every day, and every spouse, every teacher's spouse knows what those teachers go through. When we have to go in and we set up the classrooms and we're moving the desk and we're in there, and I can tell you what, when you're out buying kids school supplies, I'm not just buying, and none of us are, none of the teachers are. They're out there and they're buying for other families as well, and they're the ones taking money out of their own pocket to put it in that classroom. So I know firsthand the lack of funding that we have going on. How are we going to fix that? We got to generate revenue. And you generate revenue by creating jobs. We can't just saddle up and ride our existing profitable businesses into the ground, okay? We need to bring in new jobs. They're going to create the much needed revenue that our education, that all of Kentucky needs, not just our district. I'm the chair of the Paris-Bourbon County Economic Development Authority, just took over from Drew Peru. We're doing some great things in there. We've got Ag Tech that's coming in. It's a hemp company. They're promising 270 jobs over the next 5 years. We're working on the grant right now to help them out and get them established. Not only is this going to increase the payroll tax for our community, it's going to help our farmers. We're keeping our heritage. It's complementing our agriculture infrastructure that's already existed, and it could possibly be the next, if we can get the legislation passed through on hemp, this could be the next cash crop for the farmers that our county's begging for right now. Hunt Brothers Pizza. What's better than a homegrown company right there below Paris High School that's now out in our industrial park, who's bought more land, and they're expanding and create more local jobs for us. At the same time, our school's got to emphasize putting successful graduates into the workforce. Soft skills, technical skills must be pushed to the front of our priorities. It's on the community. We have to create the jobs so that when these graduates get out there, they can step into good paying jobs. So if the community does our part and creates the jobs, the schools, and I know they're working hard at it, and we're going to work harder and we're going to get even better at it, and they prep our graduates so that the ones who aren't going to college or going to that trade school are ready to stop into a good job at Hunt Brothers Pizza or Dan Cummins. That's how we're going to lead ourselves down a glorious pathway.
Matt, any questions for Matt?
Any questions?